Welcome back to my channel and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen and this is Jen Clayton Beauty. We do everything beauty and makeup, and that includes testing new makeup. I am still testing the makeup that I got in my advent calendars that I unboxed in the month of December. I put aside the makeup that I received so that we could do full faces of advent calendar makeup, and that's exactly what we're doing today. Almost an entire full face with the exception of some complexion products of e.l.f. Cosmetics. Now this is from the e.l.f. Advent calendar. This was a really fantastic calendar, and I have a lot of new makeup from that advent calendar to test out with you today. So if you're excited, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, turn your bell on because I upload lots and lots of new videos every single week. And like I said, we're still working through advent calendar, so lots and lots of testing new makeups. Down in the description box, I will link all of the e.l.f. products that I shared with you today. I highly doubt the advent calendar is still available. If it is, I'll link it, but I'll have all the individual products down below if you're interested in picking any of them up. And thank you in advance for using my links. It definitely helps support my channel. I'll have my favorite beauty subscription boxes, all of the other makeup that I'm wearing today if you would like to shop the completed look, discounts to my favorite indie brands, and come follow me on TikTok for more beauty and makeup. So let's talk about all of the e.l.f. products we're testing out today. I've started my base makeup, but we need to finish the rest of this look together. I'll zoom you in and we'll do that as soon as we talk about what we're using today. Like I said, I have quite a few products that I put aside from the e.l.f. Advent Calendar, starting with a couple of brushes. So in the Advent Calendar, we got this eye brush. So we'll use this to apply our shadow. And then we got the buffing foundation brush. Now, I did not use this to do my foundation today. I'm actually going to use this for powder bronzer. I like a little bit denser brush to pack in my powder bronzer. So we are going to test this out, but you could use this for concealer. You could use this for foundation, cream blush, really anything that you would like. We have an e.l.f. liquid liner. This is one of my favorite products. I'm a big liquid liner, felt tip liner girl. We also have an e.l.f. brow pencil, which I'm very excited to test out. One end is a spoolie and one end is the brow pencil. We have a no budge shadow stick, so I'm going to try to incorporate this into the look. I'm not much of a shadow stick kind of girl, but I do want to test this out. Two lip products. We have the Hydrating Shine Lip Balm. We'll probably put this on first, and then when we complete the look, we'll test out this e.l.f. gloss. And this is the e.l.f. Lip Lacquer. This is so pretty. It's brown, kind of copper color with a little bit of gold fleck. I'm really excited for that. And then we have the e.l.f. Lash and Roll Mascara. I've actually never tried this mascara from e.l.f. We also have a brow wax, which I'm very excited about. I am someone who does a brow pencil, fills in my brows, and then I typically set my brows with a brow gel. So we'll use this brow wax instead. I want to know if this is a dupe for the ABH brow wax. And I'm so excited for this. This is the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Blush. So that is the next step in my routine. I've done my foundation, concealer, set my under eyes, but I do want to try out the putty blush together. And then the eyeshadow palette is this beautiful palette here. This is the Haute Chocolate Eyes Palette. Now, again, this came in the advent calendar, and honestly, this is a good size palette for an advent calendar. It is very shimmer heavy. There's quite a few shimmers. There's only a handful of mattes in here. I will say that it didn't swatch the best. It took a little bit of work to build up the mattes. The shimmers, they're kind of just blasé. They're not very sparkly. The silver, though, is absolutely stunningly beautiful, but we're gonna create a look with this. We're gonna see what we can do with the e.l.f. eyeshadow palette. So let me zoom you on in and let's jump in. So we're gonna test out the putty blush. Now there isn't a shade on the packaging, but this is so beautiful. It's kind of a corally pink color. Let me swatch it. Oh, it just feels so nice when you swatch it. Isn't that beautiful? That is such a pretty color. It's going to pair beautifully with that eyeshadow palette. So I'm going to pick that up on my blush brush. This is really pretty. It's definitely lighter when you first apply it, but if you go back in, you are able to build that up. Really pretty though. It is just this stunning corally pink shade. What I appreciate about it is first application, it's a little bit more on the sheer side, but if you just pop back in and pick up a little bit more, you can really build that blush up to be very, very opaque. I always take my beauty sponge and just kind of tap my cream blush out. Just pick up any excess product, get it nice and blended. Very pretty. It does have a little bit of a glow luminosity to it. Let me go ahead and set my face with powder, and then we'll test out powder bronzer with the brush. All right, my base is set. Like I said, all of the other makeup I'm using is down below. For my powder bronzer, I'm currently panning the Jaclyn Cosmetics Vitamin D bronzer. I have to say, I really, really like this bronzer. You can see I have quite a pan going in it. Jaclyn Cosmetics is no longer a brand, which is a little bit of a bummer. So I've kind of been on the hunt for a bronzer similar to this. So if you know a good match dupe to the Jaclyn Cosmetics Vitamin D bronzer, let me know, because I really, really like this one. So using that e.l.f. brush, I'm going to pick that up and just kind of buff that where the sun would hit my skin, just to warm it up a little bit. This brush actually works really well because I'm able to pack in the bronzer, and then it's fluffy enough that I can kind of go out and diffuse it in. This brush is great. I will say that the e.l.f. complexion brushes and eye brushes are really, really good and extremely affordable. Let me go ahead and pop on some powder blush, some highlighter, set my eyes with my MAC Paint Pot and Painterly, and we'll test out the e.l.f. eyeshadow palette. While we do our eye look, let's put on the e.l.f. Hydrating Lip Glowy Balm. Look how cute this is. It has a little heart embossed on it. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Let's put this on. This is in the shade Delightful. Ooh, it definitely has a little color. Interesting. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. It smells like melon, like cantaloupe, honeydew melon. It smells really good. Feels really nice on the lips. I can actually taste that little bit of a melon, but it is definitely purple leaning. We've got some gray purple lips going on. I wish it didn't have as much color, but it feels really, really nice on my lips. So we're gonna let this sit while we do our eye look. We are going to use the eye brush that came in the advent calendar. I do wanna do a neutral look, but I also wanna pop in just a little bit of color. I want to use the silver shimmer, and we also need to use this eyeshadow stick. So I think I'm going to start with this kind of sunflower yellow matte, picking that up with that e.l.f. brush. I'm going to buff that into my crease, a little bit above my crease. Wow, this brush feels really nice. It's really, really soft, really fluffy. So this is perfect for that crease shade transition shade. Also, side note, this lip balm tastes so good. It tastes really good. I just don't know that I like the color on me. It's like a purple, cool tone purple gray. I'm going to wipe off that e.l.f. brush, and I want to go into orangey shade, a little bit darker, and I want to just buff that into my crease, not above my crease. I do want that really pretty sunflower shade to kind of poke out, but go ahead and just buff that orange directly into my crease. I will also say, as I'm putting these shadows on, they are performing much better than they swatched. I mean, that was one tap into that orange, and I have quite a bit of color payoff. That's why I always tell you, that's why I always say, don't always go by swatches, because they definitely don't tell the whole story. I mean, putting them on the eyes really is going to indicate whether it's a good formula, a good shadow. Back into the sunflower yellowy shade just to buff that out. I'm going to go into this shade here. It's kind of a brown burgundy shade, and I'm going to pop that on the outer portion of my eye just to kind of deepen and darken that up, add a little bit of depth. And then I'm going to pull that over into my crease just a little bit to kind of meet with that orange matte. This shade is also applying really nicely. It's much more pigmented on the eyes than we got out of the swatch. I'm going to pick up a little more of that sunflower yellow and just buff those edges. Let me go ahead and swatch this cream shadow stick. It's in the shade Copper Chic. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so here it is. I don't know how I feel about it. It's just basically a kind of taupey brown. It has just the tiniest bit of shimmer to it. I don't know if I want to use it or not. I think what we're going to do is, using the shadow stick, I'm actually going to apply that on my lid, the outer portion of my lid, about the outer half, next to the deepest matte. And let's see what this looks like. So as I apply it to my eyes, it's definitely kind of gray leaning. Yeah, I don't really like it. I don't like the color of it. I'm just not really a shadow stick girl. I'm going to go ahead and apply it to my other eye just to make them even, but yeah, this is just not a product that I would reach for again. Just not really a shadow stick girl, but if you love shadow sticks, I mean, the color of this is a little bit on the cool tone kind of gray taupe side, but like I said, if you're a shadow stick person, you may love this. Of course, I'll have it linked for you. I definitely want to use this silver, I think on the inner portion of my lid. I'm going to pick up this kind of copper shifty shade. It looks like it shifts from a copper to a pink to a gold. I'm going to pick that up and I'm actually going to place that kind of on top of that shadow stick just to add a little bit more peach in. That shadow stick is just this really cool toned gray. I don't like it at all. It doesn't go with my eye look. So I'm basically covering it up for the most part with that peachy gold shade. And I just think that looks so much better. And then I'm going to go into the silver. Like I said, that is such a pretty shimmer. And I'm going to place that on the inner portion of my lid just to brighten it up a little bit. You could even use this as an inner corner, which is what I'm going to do because it is so light and bright and sparkly. The silver shade is absolutely stunning. And for a pop of color with my look, since I have a very neutral eye look, I was debating if I want to do a purple lower lash line or more of a blue. I think I'm going to do purple. I'm going to pick up the deepest purple in the palette and I'm going to buff that on my lower lash line. I'm going to stay pretty close to my lash line like I was using an eyeliner, but buffing that in, buffing that out. I actually really like the pop of purple. I think it's really fun. So now we're gonna test out the liquid liner. So this is a felt tip liner. This is a brush tip liner. I prefer felt tip more like a pen, but I don't mind a brush tip either. I just very much prefer a liquid liner. So I'm going to apply that. I'm going to draw a little wing. This is how I typically do my liner. And then I'm going to pull it over and connect it to the wing. And then I just fill it in on my lid. So let me go ahead and do my liner and we'll test out the e.l.f. mascara. I really like this liner. I've used this before and it's so affordable. It's really easy to use, very pigmented, easy to apply. Now I have not used the e.l.f. Lash and Roll mascara. Here's what the wand looks like. It's a little bit more of a thinner, more plastic wand. I prefer a more fluffy wand. I like this type of wand for my lower lashes, but sometimes I feel like these wands don't always give me enough length and coverage on my upper lashes. But like I said, I've never used this one before, so let's go ahead and try it out. I'm getting quite a bit of black. I'm getting quite a bit of coverage, darkness, and length. This is performing really nicely. And this brush is actually allowing me to really brush through my lashes and separate them. There's one coat of mascara and I only had to dip my wand in once for my upper and once for my lower. Let me do the second eye. We'll let this dry down a little bit and we'll do a second coat. So here's one coat of the mascara. It actually performed a lot better than I expected. Again, I'm getting blackness, length, volume. I appreciate that I'm able to brush through my lashes so I don't have clumpy lashes. Honestly, I'm quite impressed with this mascara. So here's 2 coats of the mascara. I have to say I'm pretty blown away. I really like this mascara. Dare I say it's one of the best ones that I've tried in a really long time. I am honestly mind blown over this. My lashes look amazing, and that's 2 coats of mascara. So now we're going to try out the brow pencil. This is in the shade Neutral Brown, and this is their Lifting Brow Pencil. It has a pointed tip to it. What I like to do is fill in my brows. So I like either an angled or a pointy tip. This is perfect to fill in my brows. Man, e.l.f., you're just blowing me away here. These products are fantastic. This is very creamy, very pigmented, simple to fill in my brows. I don't need to add a lot of brow strokes, brow hairs, but I do have to fill in some of the sparse parts of my brows, and this is performing so good. Wow, I'm blown away. Now we're gonna try out the brow setter. So it's just a clear brow gel, like I said, similar to the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow set. So using a spoolie, we're just going to pick some of that up, brush it through the brows. I'm actually just using the spoolie on the other end of the brow pencil. Oh yeah, this is really nice. This is definitely just like the ABH, same consistency, same texture, really easy to brush through my brows. I just kind of wipe it off as I go and just brush through, just getting any of the excess product. I have pretty crazy brows, so I like to use a brow gel, like I said, to set my brows in place once I fill them in. This worked really, really well. Wow, I'm gonna let it dry down and we'll revisit it, see if it leaves my brows feeling tacky or clumpy, but first impression wise, this is just like the ABH and a fraction of the price. Let me wipe off the lip balm. Honestly, I really like the lip balm and the color is starting to grow on me a little bit. I prefer a warm toned lip. Maybe that's what's kind of throwing me off, but the color itself is actually really pretty. I went ahead and wiped off the balm. Let's test out the lip lacquer. I don't see a shade on the bottom of this. I'll see if I can find it online. I know what the color looks like, so I'll see if I can find it for you. Okay, this is beautiful. Wow. This couldn't match my eye look better than it does. It doesn't have any scent to it. And you know what it reminds me of? The MAC lip glosses. What were those lip glosses that were so popular from MAC back in the day? It's that same kind of consistency, a little bit thicker. Not sticky, just a little bit thicker. Wow, look how pretty that is though. Oh, it just matches my eye look perfectly. I'll give you a close-up of the lip lacquer. Let me go ahead and brush out my hair. I actually just ran for 2.5 miles this morning. I'm doing a 5K training app, so I did my run this morning. I'm going to put my hair right back into a ponytail because I have to meal prep and do a few things around my house today, and then we'll talk about this testing new makeup, all e.l.f. products. So here's the completed look using the e.l.f. Advent Calendar. I have to say I am blown away. I'm blown away by most everything we tested out today. So let's go over some final thoughts. And side note, I love my look. It is so incredibly beautiful. I love it. Love, love, love it. First, let's talk about the brushes. Both of these are fantastic. I'm telling you, there's no need to spend a lot of money on face brushes or eye brushes. e.l.f. makes some amazing, amazing products. I have quite a few e.l.f. brushes in my collection. These two I will definitely get a lot of use out of. The Luminous Putty Blush is absolutely beautiful. I did tap just a tiny bit of blush over top, a little bit of highlighter, but this was so pigmented that even after I set my face with powder, you could still see it. So you wouldn't even necessarily need to go in with a powder blush. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love the formula. Cannot wait to use it again. The two lip products, this formula of this lip balm, I really like it. It smells amazing. It tastes amazing. You can literally taste it when it's on your lips. I just don't know how I feel about a cool tone purple gray on me. However, I will use this. It'll be just a lip balm for me. The formula is really nice. It's very creamy. It's not sticky. I definitely want to pick up maybe a different shade that pairs better with my complexion, but the formula itself is really good. And this lip gloss that I have on, this color is 10 out of 10. This is not sticky at all. It still looks beautiful on my lips. I love it. I absolutely love this formula. And I want to say these lip products are anywhere from maybe $3 to $5. Super affordable. Love this. I will find this exact shade and link it for you. The eyeliner is really, really good. Very easy to use. Very black. Glides on beautifully. No skipping at all. And the mascara is the star of the show. This mascara is amazing. Look at how good my lashes look. That's 2 coats of e.l.f. mascara. I am one of the people who will never buy a high-end mascara because I think drugstore like e.l.f. Essence are fantastic. This is going to be a go-to for me. I really, really like this. I can see myself repurchasing this over and over. Again, it's the Lash and Roll Mascara. The brow pencil is amazing. It's the perfect shade for me. It was so creamy, so easy to fill in my brows. The pencil part of it is small enough. You could add brow strokes if needed. Love this and really, really like this. My brows, they feel set. They're not crunchy. I hate a crunchy brow. I hate a crunchy brow. And these aren't crunchy, but they're definitely set into place. ABH2, just get the e.l.f. I mean, it works really, really well, sets your brows. I think they look nice. You can't see the product Another win. This is probably the one thing I didn't care for, and that's because I'm just not a cream shadow stick girl. Now it is under the coppery shimmer I have on my lid, so maybe it added a little bit of depth to the copper shimmer. This I'm gonna pass on. I just don't see myself reaching for it again. The palette, even though it didn't swatch very well at all, I love my eye look. It blended out beautifully. This yellow shade that's in my crease is so seamlessly blended. And then I've got that little bit of smokiness and depth from the orange and the kind of burgundy shade. The purple on the lower lash line is actually a shimmer and it looks absolutely beautiful. The silver is the best shimmer in here. I'm impressed. I am impressed. I was a little skeptical when I swatched it, but on the eyes, it is stunning. It is beautiful. I will pop up here on the screen a wear test. I'll let you know how this wears throughout the day, but I love it. I think it's great for neutral looks, colorful looks, and I'm telling you, this silver shimmer is a standout. Look how beautiful and sparkly that is. Way to go, e.l.f. This is a huge win. This was a very good testing new makeup. I had a lot of pleasant surprises. The eyeshadow palette, the brow products, the lip products, the mascara blows my mind. Like I said, the only thing I don't care for is the shadow stick, and that's personal preference. Did it perform? Yes. Did it do what it's supposed to do? Absolutely. I'm just not really like a cream shadow girl, but this was so good and I love my look. I wish I actually had somewhere to go today other than just doing things around my house because it's beautiful. I definitely can see myself reaching for this a lot. Wow, 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 wow. This was such a fantastic testing new makeup. Like I said, everything will be linked down below for you for easy shopping. Let me know what you think of my look. Let me know if e.l.f. is a favorite brand of yours because they have stepped up their game and these are fantastic products. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.